The one big mistake I made was trusting Richard to keep private certain pictures I'd sent him.
So you broke his heart and he made money off you. That's the definition of she's broke. I'm a. What is it, YouTube? It's your boy Jordan. Y'all already know what's going on. Peekaboo look. Alright, let's get to it. I was gonna do a video that somebody sent me today, bro, but I can't because I got my first copyright strike. Y'all know that 37U reaction I did with all them grown men and uncles and granddads and stuff that were going around just smacking folks and shoulder pads when they had to be at work 20 minutes before the game ended. You know what I'm saying? But they called in late just so they could play 37U football. Yeah. They gave me a copyright strike and they took that video down. So I'm going to chill because I don't need two in a span of 2 days. I don't need that, man. So right now we got 3 true OnlyFans horror stories animated. And it's by IMR Scary Tales. Like, comment, subscribe. Send me stuff to react to. But y'all can't send me like clips and stuff that's been on TV. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to try to flag that. Send me stuff from another creator or something along them lines. Just trying to keep it underground. You feel me? Like, comment, subscribe. Send me stuff to react to on Instagram. yrn.jjj. Let's go.
I had never believed in fate, but when I met Orion, it seemed the universe had put us together. She wasn't like any other girl I had been with. She was quiet, sweet, and shy around other guys. The way she tucked a strand of her blonde hair behind her ear when she was blushing, my heart literally thumped in my chest like some jackhammer. I thought she was the one. I proposed and she said yes right away. No second guesses, no questions asked. Within a week, she was living with me. I didn't even have to ask her. It felt like a dream. Until it wasn't. The first time I heard her in the guest room, I thought she was sick. There were voices, muffled, like arguing, more like she was fighting with herself. Then came the screaming. 1 week later, it was overt, angry sometimes and desperate other times. The morning after, I asked her about it, as she had just come out and looked very tired.
I have sleepwalking issues. Sometimes I put on a movie or something to calm down.
She muttered.
Don't worry about it.
I wanted to trust her, but more and more things were getting out of hand. She treated her laptop as if it were a treasure chest. One morning while we were having breakfast, I reached for the laptop to check my emails.
Don't!
She screamed, lunging across the table. Before I could react, the salad fork buried itself into the back of my hand. I yelped, blood trickling between my fingers.
Oh, God. God.
Schizo. Bet.
Didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Orion sobbed, cradling my injured hand. She cried for hours that day. I forgave her. I shouldn't have. I found her secret that night. Orion was asleep beside me, as usual, but I was gnawed by curiosity. I slipped out of bed and went into the guest room. The laptop was on a guest that's in incognito mode. The tab read, Sizzlin' Susie. I clicked. The screen filled with images and videos of her, though she looked nothing like Orion I was in love with. A blonde wig, heavy makeup, skin I had never seen her expose, twisted in ways I didn't recognize. She moved differently, more confident, more
Why they got an animation of her twerking?
sensual. She was a stranger.
Shake that ass. Hold on. Shake that ass.
I felt betrayed. The woman I loved had been lying to me, exposing herself online for strangers, for perverts. I went back to bed, but even in the morning, my anger
Hey, my boy. Is it free? If it is, drop the link. You know what I'm saying?
boiled over. We need to talk, I said as soon as she woke up. She rubbed her eyes.
What is it?
I know about your OnlyFans account. Her face went pale.
What are you talking about?
Don't lie to me! I saw your laptop last night. Sizzlin' Susie? It's you! Don't even try to deny it!
Finn, that's not me. I swear.
I'm not an idiot! My voice cracked with rage.
Fine. I'm done. I don't want to be with you anymore.
Her words struck me with a force I did not expect. She was leaving me? No, no way. Not when I had done everything for her.
How you mad at him? Because you was the one shaking ass on camera. That don't make no sense.
Grabbing the salad fork from the table, I plunged it into her neck. Again and again. Her voice became gurgled gasps that faded into silence. Blood spurted out all over the floor as her body stiffened and then started twitching. I stared at the body for quite a while. The weight of what I did bore on my unsteady chest. I took her under the arms, wrapped her in a black plastic bag, and in panic, moved her toward the door, unsure where to dump the corpse. I had almost turned the knob.
You forgot to put about 5 bricks in it. First off, you got her in the plastic bag. Make sure you add 1 extra plastic bag to wrap her in. If you really, really want to be secure, put 2. Then, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to have 3 total plastic bags. You're going to put about 3 to 5 bricks in and go to the nearest lake you can. Go like 3 hours, maybe even 4 hours away to a lake. Yeah. And dump her in there. Yeah. At nighttime. Yeah.
When the doorbell.
And then wipe everything down with bleach. Kids, take notes. Wait, no. Don't take notes on that.
Bell rang. My heart stopped. I wiped my face with my sleeve, swallowed hard, and cracked the door open. A woman stood outside. The woman from the OnlyFans page.
Hey, you must be Finn. I'm Susie.
I couldn't breathe.
I know this is awkward.
She said, glancing down at her hands.
You better not say your girl hit you here. Don't say that you. Oh my God. If she said the word threesome, I'm gonna lose my head.
But I had to come. Orion and I, well, we don't talk much. She's ashamed of me. I get it. But I started OnlyFans to make ends meet. And when she found out, she begged me to quit. Said she finally found someone special and didn't want you to misunderstand.
How did you find me? My voice cracked.
Orion finally reached out a few weeks ago. Told me about you. I figured I'd meet you before someone else spilled the truth.
My vision blurred. Orion had been telling the truth. The screams? She must have been begging Susie to stop, fighting to protect what we had. But none of that mattered now. Come in, I said.
Shit, repeat the process. You already know what to do. Salad for 2 to 3 plastic bags, 3 to 5 bricks, 5 hours away, 6 hours away to the furthest lake away from that time frame you can find. If you really want to be smart, you'll go for 12 hours. Again, wipe everything down with bleach.
Forcing a smile. Orion's been dying to see you. Susie's face
Dying to see you.
lit up.
Oh, such a relief. I knew she couldn't stay mad at me.
Susie stepped inside. I followed her in, closing the door slowly behind me. The click of the lock seemed deafening. As the door shut, I glanced over my shoulder. Susie was looking around the living room, unaware of the dark red pool seeping from the plastic bag in the corner. I stared at her back, and something hot burned behind my eyes. Tears rolled down my face as I clenched my fists. I had no choice now, no way out. Susie turned around, stared at my face for a few seconds, then asked in a confused voice.
Are you okay?
2 for 1 special.
Forced to smile. I will be. I reached for the salad fork still sitting on the table.
2 for 1.
Smiled, my face wet with tears, but a voice whispered in my head. Get it together, Finn. After all, you have 2 bodies to dump tonight.
2 for 1 special, man. Get her.
On a Tuesday evening, I was standing in my manager's office adhering to his insults for 15 minutes straight. My head was down, trying my best not to cry while he kept on screaming at me in front of all the other employees. Look, Gina, I have a company to run here, and being a secretary demands a lot.
But sir, my mom has cancer and I'm her only child. I promise from next week.
Save your sob story for someone else, cause there will be no next week. You're fired. I was putting
Yeah, you should have kicked his ass right then and there.
my thing
What you got? You should have whooped him right then and there, shorty. What you gonna lose? Your job? That's gone.
in a box while wiping my tears when Lydia tapped my shoulder softly. Turning back, I could see empathy on her face. She wiped my tears and said in a low voice,
Ignore Mr. Turner. I'm also quitting next week.
My eyebrows frowned at hearing this. Lydia was doing good, so I couldn't think of a single reason why she would want to leave this job.
I know you're confused, but I found a better source of income. Like what?
OnlyFans.
Lydia grabbed her bag and I grabbed my box. We both stepped inside the elevator. I was watching Lydia while she watched the floor numbers change. When we stepped out at the parking lot in the basement, she walked me to my old car and said,
I've started an OnlyFans. It pays better, I can choose my hours, and also I don't have to get up every day to leave for work.
My eyes widened because a girl like Lydia doing OnlyFans was something very unexpected for me.
But what about your dignity? Aren't you disgusted by the creeps out there?
Hell no. If I was a girl and I looked good, you know what I'm saying? That'd be the first thing I did. Yeah.
I gasped.
Other than play with the coochie first. Sorry. We gon'
Oh, come on, Gina. Even Mr. Turner had touched me inappropriately several times. At least on OnlyFans, the creeps will only get to see me.
Lydia winked and walked away. The clanging sound of her Louis Vuitton heels reverberated in the empty parking lot. The entire drive home, all I could think about was how I pay for Mom's meds and hospital visits next month. Should I consider what Lydia said? The next 2 nights, I could barely sleep. I laid down on the couch for hours, thinking how ends would meet. If I take a new job, my issues will remain the same. It'll be difficult to do an on-site job while taking care of my mom at home. Remote workers are hard to find, and landing a suitable job might take months. Damn, looks like I'm actually going to do it. By the end of the week, I've created an account on OnlyFans. I've also taken advice from Lydia on how to prep my room like a dorm of forbidden pleasure to attract more followers. Pink neon lights, wind chimes, and some explicit posters made the room more appealing to the perverts out there. Every night after
First off, you know what? I don't even feel threatened by that. I don't even feel attacked. Because you're going to make somebody pay for it. I only subscribe to the free ones. No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. Maybe.
After dinner, I would dress up in attractive clothes, putting on a lot of makeup and a pink wig. Lydia said it's important to transform your real look to mask your true identity, so I looked as different as possible every time. Things got easy after a point. I was stunned by how insane amount of money these people were ready to pay just for a couple of pictures of my feet. 3 months went like a dream. Money was rolling, and I was finally able to put my mom in a care home where her treatments were done by the best team of doctors. I even renovated our old house and bought designer clothes and a handbag. So far, so good, right? Then came the stormy Friday night from last week. I had just earned $200 after sending pictures of my face with my tongue out when I got a new follower by the name of Matthew_the_mamas_boy. I accepted his request like everyone else. He began showering me with praises on how beautiful I am, blah blah blah. And then he asked me the same old question. Can you do something for me? I replied.
Sure, but it won't be for free.
He texted back, saying, I'll pay $500. I smiled and agreed. He asked me to record a video of him singing the common lullaby, You're My Sunshine. Trust me, I've seen weirder dudes than him, so I did it. $500 got credited to me right after I sent the video. I was happy, and I guess he...
Ain't no way y'all that down bad just for a girl to sing you a lullaby, fam. There's just Alright.
He was too. 5 minutes later, he asked,
Can you pose like a mother feeding her newborn baby? You can use a doll for the baby.
My face contorted in disgust. God, how creepy can this guy be? But again, he promised to pay $800 this time, and I need the money. I grabbed a doll from my childhood toys and did what he asked. 2 minutes later, $800 got credited. I stretched my hands, feeling the neck pain, and thought I should call it a day. It was 2 a.m. already. I posted goodnight to my followers and was about to log off when Matthew, the mama's boy, texted again.
I want you to make out with the doll while talking my name. But don't just say Matthew. Say, oh, my son Matthew.
And that was the end of it. I was so grossed out by his demands that I didn't care if I was rude or lost a loaded follower. I refused to entertain his sick fantasies and logged off without waiting for his reply. I had bad dreams that night and woke up early the next morning. At around 5 a.m., I was cooking breakfast in the kitchen when my doorbell rang. I opened the door and found a small box on my porch. I scanned my neighborhood, which was still empty with the beaming lights of the rising sun, and saw no one close by. As I opened the box, I jumped 2 steps back, dropping it on the ground. Inside that box lay a new doll smeared in thick red liquid, which I would like to believe is animal blood. It's been 3 days. I'm staying at the care home with my mom. I'm too afraid to go back to my house. I can't report this to the cops because then people will know I do OnlyFans for money.
So it. Get your money.
I still don't
Make the subscriptions free.
get how Matthew found me and why he's so obsessed with his mother. What should I do now?
First of all, let me say this is not an indictment of OnlyFans. If someone wants to profit from sharing pictures of themselves or their body, that's totally their right, and I respect that. I'm not casting judgments on anyone who chooses to do so. But let me be clear. OnlyFans just about ruined my life, and I've never even set up a profile. It all kicked off not long after I broke up with a guy I'd been dating for about 3 to 4 months. As a single mom, it's way harder to get dates than I'd like it to be, but at the same time, I totally understand why someone wouldn't want to raise a child that isn't theirs. I mean, I wish more guys would be open to it. It's not like I'd never have a kid with them too, but it's just a sad fact that it puts guys off when you've got a child from a prior relationship. So you can imagine how excited I was when I met Richard. It's not his real name, but I'd rather not attract his attention, thank you very much. Having a 6-year-old son didn't seem to bother him in the least bit, and he even asked a lot of questions about him. I found the whole thing so refreshing and mature that by the time Richard asked me out, I just about bit his arm off accepting the invite. But then the first red flag appeared when he started making comments about my son, calling him Daddy. That wasn't the red flag in and of itself, it was more his reactions when I told him, no, my son has a dad and I don't want him confused as he grows up. Richard didn't seem to respect that position whatsoever and actually said some quite personal things regarding my tastes in men, as well as the integrity of my son's father. It's a complicated situation, I'll concede that, but Richard's take on the whole thing was frankly disgusting and misogynistic. But given that it was a very unusual setup, I didn't want to give up on him so quickly, not since guys like him seem to be so hard to come by. But then, after 2 months of clashing, not often, I should add, I had to face the music and accept that if there was a guy out there for me, it certainly wasn't him. I've dated guys for 18 months who took the breakup better than Richard. They're always rough, but I think if I actually told you what Richard did, you'd think that I was making this all up. Needless to say, his reaction totally justified my decisions to end things. End things, and that's exactly how I phrased it too. But that breakup was far from the end of my ordeal with Richard. And you know what? It's kind of my fault too. In fact, it's mostly my fault, because if I hadn't been so trusting, I wouldn't even be writing this right now. The one big mistake I made was trusting Richard to keep private certain pictures I'd sent him. I think I trusted him because, well, he sent me pictures of him too. I think that's why there's a lot less nude leaks than there are nudes. It's like Americans and the Russians in the 80s, mutually assured destruction. You release mine, well, I'll release yours. But after we broke up, I deleted all of his intimate pictures, and I was foolish enough to think that he'd also done the same. Because the next thing I know,
I ain't gonna lie. If me and you ever did something on camera, or you ever sent me something, I don't care if we were freshmen in college. It's still on my phone. I don't care.
I got a message from a friend of mine saying something like, "Oh, you have an OnlyFans. You go, girl." I had to ask her what OnlyFans was. I literally had no idea at the time. She replies like, "You're joking, right? Was this supposed to be a secret?" Immediately, I start Googling OnlyFans, and as you can imagine, I'm pretty shocked at what I see. The whole website is basically homemade lewd images, and for those that aren't familiar, and from what I could gather, the girls in question make quite a lot of money too. I mean, I wouldn't say no to an extra $2,000 a month, but I hadn't set up a profile, had I? I asked my friend to send me anything she's found with my name on it, then what do you know? There's a freaking OnlyFans profile set up in my name, and the whole preview picture in the banner was a raunchy picture that I'd sent to Richard. The profile said like, free to subscribe, so...
Bro, and he dropped the low. He dropped the low.
I made a dummy user account to sign up, only to discover that Richard must have uploaded about 10 different pictures I'd sent to him, all with these disgusting captions that I'd rather not repeat here. I was angry, so angry, but I didn't get scared until...
So you broke his heart and he made money off you. That's the definition of she's broke, I'm a... That's the...
I saw that he'd put up my home address, my actual home address, apartment number, postcode, everything. It kicked in how much danger I was in, and I just burst into tears thinking that my own selfish actions had exposed my only son to danger. I know it was all Richard, and I know if he was just normal, then yeah, it wouldn't have happened. But I'm a mother. I should know better. I'm not some attention-seeking teenager anymore. I just wanted to feel wanted, though. Surely people can understand that. In the end, I managed to get the profile taken down, and I think OnlyFans and other sites like that now make you verify your identity so stuff like that can't happen again. But what if you manage to get a hold of a girl's ID or something? The system they have doesn't completely eliminate the chance of fake profiles being set up. Like I said at the start, I don't mean to judge anyone who wants to do that kind of thing. I just hope they have their safety and security in mind because, as I think we all know, there are some serious psychos out there.
She's broke, he's up. Alright. Alright, man. Look, that's gonna do it, man. So y'all send me some more stuff to react to on Instagram, yrn.jjj. Cut it short, sweet, and simple. Deuces.
From a young nigga to a grown man, ball in my hands, I control it. Fuck all them other guys, he ain't one of mine. Get in my way, I run them over.